Welcome, welcome, welcome. In today's video, I'm just going over some of these small random tools that I have in my at-home toolbox and what I think about them. Some of these you've already seen a few times, probably too many times, but bringing them up again, maybe a new tool that you haven't seen, and where things are, how things are for me, and such stuff like that. So let's get into it. Now, I'm starting this off, you need a proper set of tools. That means like a full-size pair of pliers, full-size channel locks, full-size screwdriver sets, all that good stuff. That has to be expected in the world of tools. But also in the world of tools, you need these little unusual pliers or smaller pliers that may do the job differently than a big set, and that's where these come in. So, going from left to right, stuff that will be in my toolbox, that's in my room for crafting, tinkering, not necessarily big-time car work or big-time house repairs. If I've got to do a big job, I'm going to bring the big tools. But a lot of the times, I'm just messing around on small stuff, and small tools are what I need. So with that being said, we'll start off with these. These are emergency scissors, made in England, stainless steel. Acme United Corporation is the brand, and these guys cut through leather like you wouldn't believe. They're better than a normal pair of scissors. They just go right through. Instead of doing several cuts, let's just go one smooth cut. Done. Fantastic. Love them. They're cheap. They cost me $1.25 at my local mom and pop's dollar store. They're fantastic. Up next is a pair of pliers that my dad bought me. These are the Knipex 5-inch Cobras. These have been fantastic, and they've been in my pocket every day for almost 6 months now. I have used them on car work, housework, tinkering. That size that they are has just been handy as heck. And I think they are very much worth the $35. It is a little bit pricey, but so far they've held up. They haven't had any signs of damage. I think they're wonderful. Next up is a tool I bought from my local Tractor Supply store. This is Crescent Tool brand, like this brand right here, Crescent Tools, if that will show up. Makers of the normal crescent wrench. They know how to make it because they're the guys that started it. Got this from my Tractor Supply a little over a year ago. It's been in my pockets off and on, but more often in my pockets than not in my pockets. It's just a good little wrench for handling the small nuts and bolts in life, and very surprisingly handy in car work because it gets into some of these tight places that you can barely get your hand into, and it gets those nuts and bolts out quite nicely. Another one I bought is these locking vice grip pliers from Tractor Store, of course, because that's where I buy most of my unique tools. Is they get a selection coming out at Christmas time. Go through there, look for some unique tools. There's always something interesting. And I've been using these mostly to hold layers of leather together when I'm crafting, but I have used them to clamp down on stuff. These are probably my least used tools. This is my least used plier out of everything that I have, but it's handy enough that I do not regret buying it. I'm glad I have it, and it will stay in my collection as long as possible. Up next is another pair of channel locks that I've bought from Lowe's. Not sponsored by any of these stores. I'm just telling you where I bought them, so if you want to buy them, you can look them up yourself. These are small offset dikes of sorts. Little wire cutters, snippers, cutters, whatever you want to call them. And I've used these a fair chunk. I love them. They've held up nicely. Fantastic little set. Do not regret buying that at all. These, my dad bought for me yesterday from Harbor Freight. These are Quinn 7-inch locking adjustable pliers. And They don't lock like this, but when you put pressure down, there's little things underneath this cap here that lock into the little grooves that you'll see on the bar there, and keeps it from slipping down when you're putting pressure on it. Already I've found some useful stuff to use it on. This might be pretty handy on the car. It may move to the car work toolbox soon. But that's these. We have more, so hang in there. We have this Linux adjustable, or not adjustable, but ratcheting screw set. I find very handy to have this with my knife maintenance. And I've thrown other trinkets in here because I usually have this open on my desk, and I'll throw like knife pocket clips, my carbide sharpening rod, and stuff in there. Very nice, very handy. A good selection of bits. Maybe a little lacking in all it has for the size, but it's good. It's reliable. I like it. Got more, so hang in there. And of course, since most knives do the stupid thing of having two screws of the same size on one shaft, you need a second set of bits to hold the one end tight while you're loosening the other end. And so this is Tractor Store Precision Screwdriver Set. I love this little kit. This thing has been fantastic. Parts of it have started rusting a bit, but that's fine. I got this a couple months ago for Christmas. Bought it with my money. This screwdriver has been fantastic. It has a little pivot at the base, so you can, kind of just lay that in your hand and turn freely. The tweezers are, long, pointy, and very good. Got like a little, not diamond coating file at the end, but they're definitely got some abrasiveness to them, which can be handy. Full set of mini bits, flatheads, Phillips, Torx bits, a few security Torx, some of the really funky ones like a triangle bits and stuff like that. It's all fantastic. Do not regret buying this. This has been fantastic. I use that word a lot, probably because I do think that they are fantastic. So bear with me. These are hand-me-downs from my dad. The rubber handle had fallen off, and so I put some heat shrink on them. It's an Irwin adjusting plier. I've been using that a lot, but since I got these, I've had these for years now. Had this for about 6 months, and this has basically replaced this. But it still sits in my toolbox, because you never know when you need two pliers to just go at it and pry something out. But they'll always be around. And not really my tools, but it just sits in my toolbox, is a pair of pliers that my dad has. I think these were Tractor Store pliers, but I'm not sure. Had these for so long. But yeah, just a fairly normal pair of normal pliers, And of course, if you guys know me, I've always got multi-tools and stuff like that laying around. So there's needle nose pliers there. I'm probably not going to buy a normal pair of needle nose because I've got the multi-tools. Why would I need to buy an extra set? And then, of course, along with, long hair in the mouth. Yeah. Along with bits like these, I, of course, have my Leatherman bit kit with a full selection of bits. I have the ratcheting extender. I plan to get my hands on the solid extender soon. And, for those that may be wondering, this is a free P2, but I modded it with a flat bit driver. So that stays in here. But if I don't have the free P2, or if I'm going to be going to a job site or something where I don't really want to risk losing the free, I'll take the curl, which has a flat bit driver in that. So I've got those. And then the best ratchet set that I've ever had has been the Victorinox ratchet driver. This thing has been just all out fantastic. Do not regret buying that. I think that's a big statement for your tools, is do you regret buying it? if you don't regret buying it, it's a good tool. Even if you don't use it that much, if you're just glad you got it, I think it's a good tool. There's some tools I've gotten in the past, and I just cringe. That's like, why did my brain lapse? Why did I go ahead and buy that? You know, you're going to have tools like that. It's just bound to happen. But these are what sit in my green toolbox. That is same color green as these scissors. Got it from Tractor Store a couple of years ago. Dad bought it for me for a Christmas present. Thank you, Dad. And, you know, I've just been putting random tools in my EDC collection in it. And this is kind of where I'm sitting now at the moment as to what I have sitting in it at the moment, what I've been using, what I haven't been using. Probably my least used tools is this and this. Actually, probably that. Most least used, second least used, third least used. That's where we are at the moment. So, thank you for listening to me ramble about my tools. I'll probably do more individual videos on some of these as we go. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps you build your EDC or your toolbox to your standards. And until the next video, farewell, carry well, bye-bye.